Hey y'all, hope you guys are doing alright. So I just tuned in a little bit to Joy's stream and she's creeped out by me. Hey birdie, you're beautiful. Um which is it's fine, man. I mean this is part of the reason why a large part of my life I've chosen to remain very silent with how I really feel and what I know about things. Because not very many people get me. And that's okay. It's taken me a long time to be okay with that and to really speak up about it. And it's interestingly enough that, Joy thinks I'm creeped out, and she's one of the ones who really helped me, kind of come out of my shell. She probably ain't gonna like to hear that, but it is what it is. But for me, home is where the heart is. So in that sense, I'm not homeless because I know my heart and I have a heart and I know it resonates with it. The so-called, physical home where my parents live and my brother lives and stuff like that, it doesn't resonate with my heart, and it's nothing personal against my family. I mean, there was some weird shit that went on with my brother, but it's really just the whole way things are done there. It's just not good for me, man. And I'm 35 years old. I've never felt right working these 9-to-5 jobs, and I've never felt right living in a major city, especially one like Portland, where it's just gray and rainy for the majority of the year. It's just never, and the people are very secluded. They don't talk as much. They don't really smile at each other. They don't say hi. Like here in Arizona, I get head nods all the time. Every day I can get at least a dozen head nods from people just walking down the street, just giving what's up. It's like when you do that, you're acknowledging the soul within you into the soul within another. And that's something beautiful that I get every single day just being out here on the streets. And it's in Portland, you might get a couple of people that do that, but it's not the majority. Whereas here, it is the majority. So this is the way I like to live. I like to be outside. I've always liked to be outside. It's another reason why Portland doesn't work that well for me, because the majority of the year you got to be inside. It gets cold and wet. Cold and wet, two things that I'd almost prefer dry cold, because it's just when things don't dry up, if they get mildewy, everything kind of like mixes together. It's a different, it's not easy, man. The snow sometimes is more preferable than rain. But with that being said, in the summer times, when you see all the blossoming of the, all the plants and the flowers and the trees, it's one of the most majestic places I've ever been in my life. So, but again, that's a very short, you got a good 3 to 4 to maybe 5 months of beautiful weather, and the rest is contrasted with a bunch of gray fucking drizzle. It's not even a hard rain either. It's just like a slow drizzle that just doesn't stop. So, I mean, she wants to say I'm pretending to be homeless. It's like, I don't know about that. Like, I mean, I've been offered shelter, but I don't need it. And I don't want it, because a lot of times those shelters, there's programs and there's things you got to go, you got to get into. And, I know what I'm here for. I got a purpose. I got work to work on. I got plenty of food. I've got, cigarette butts or refries of abundance. I think she thought I was lying about the pizza, but I'm not, man. You'd be surprised how much fucking food people throw away that's not even eaten. It's really wasteful. This is a very wealthy part of Phoenix, so people got a lot of money. They don't mind just fucking throwing something they just spent $20 on down the fucking garbage if they don't like it. It's crazy, but they have that much money, they can do that type of stuff. So yeah, I actually enjoy being something that recycles other people's perceived trash and turning into a treasure for sustenance for my body. Now, as far as my mother sending me money for beer, okay, now this is a subject that, first of all, again, she don't really know much about what's been going on or our past or anything, but my mom sends me money, and every single time she is very fucking, urgent about me not buying beer or cigarettes or anything like that. It's my own fucking addiction. It's my own demons that, want to do so, and a lot of times she's loaning me money. So it's like, when you loan somebody money, I don't think it's right. If you're gonna loan it, if you're gonna make that choice to really loan it, don't tell them what to do with it or not. You know, I think there should be a freedom, and if you want to give somebody a gift, let them use the gift as they want to. Don't give somebody a gift and tell them it's theirs, and then say they have to use it a certain way because you gave it to them. To me, that's kind of fucked up. I'd rather just receive no money. And that's actually where I'm at. Like, being on the streets, I don't want any money. Like, I'm good with the way things are. I know I still have a fucking temptation to want to drink and consume fucking like herbs, and they have these little kratom shots they sell in the gas stations, and you know, they're all right, but I don't want it anymore. I don't, you know. And you know, growing up, one thing that, like, because I had a buddy who lived with us for a while, like when I was really young. He got kicked out of his house before he was 18, and he was a part of this group we used to all fucking kick it with, and my heart went out to him being kicked out by his parents before he was 18. And we were kind of get close, and you know, we were growing in our friendship, and we became really close friends. But as we were growing in our relationship, I asked my parents if he could live with us, you know, and my parents allowed him to. They liked him, you know, and you know, he ended up staying with us. And he got a job, and he paid back my parents. He paid them some rent. He managed to get a car. Like, he really kind of built up his life from fucking, you know, being on the streets and being kicked out at the age of 17. But anyway, the point of bringing that up is one thing he noticed while living with us and our family was like, you know, Brian, the one thing with your family is, it's like, you know, whenever you're sick or you have a symptom or anything like that, it's like, just take a pill. And it's something that's always kind of stuck with me. And he was right, man. I mean, just growing up, my mom, she was very heavily indoctrinated into the medical system and using pharmaceuticals to help cure things. So even though in a lot of ways she's very mentally, like, you know, just don't think about being sick and you won't be sick, but I think because she just has such a heart for her children, you know, and she entrusted in people so much, kind of like myself, you know, anytime we would be sick or hurt or anything like that, she would fucking just throw us some Advil or some cough fucking syrup or medicine or whatever. And then when she hurt her back trying to, you know, jump off a broken diving board in some I think it was in Utah, I forget what area it was. It was on one of our family vacations when we were very young, but she tried using a diving board, and the springs were busted, and she fucking fucked her back up, dislocated her discs, I think, and excruciating pain. And she had surgery, and from that surgery she was prescribed Oxycontin and I think various other fucking painkillers. I know she had Tramadols for a while. And you know, this was right around the time when I was getting into drugs, and so I'd be a little, you know, sneak thief, and I would steal shit from convenience stores and alcohol from fucking grocery stores, and then it would move from that to, you know, my mother's purse, and you know, going through the medicine cabinets and her fucking, you know, her bathroom cabinets. And, you know, upon doing that, I found me some Oxycontin. And so I took some Oxycontin, you know, and that was the beginning of a very long, painful ordeal for my whole family, with me and stealing Oxycontin from my family. And just throughout the years of me working and doing this and that, you know, she, you know, for a while, she would portion out a certain amount for me just to get by, because the addictions, you know, they would be, yeah, pretty serious, man. And I would complain and whine and just not want to go on with wanting to work. You know, I'd have jobs and stuff, but I'd talk about not wanting to work the jobs because I just don't feel fucking right. So I'd ask for a pill, and she'd give me a pill because I'm working, and it was an enabling relationship, man. And she'll admit it, and I'll admit it. And it's something that we perpetuated for a very, 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 very long time. So, you know, I mean, she sent me here to Arizona with $100, which, you know, I did spend most of that on beer, but that was not, like, she didn't tell me that. I wasn't even drinking before I came here. But once I landed in Arizona, you know, there was a loneliness that crept into my heart. You know, there was kind of a void. You know, a lot of it had to do with just social media. Like, I just knew I wasn't going to be able to communicate the same way on social media. You know, my room, my family, you know, the little bear. There was a lot of things that were going through my head that I felt like I left. And so the beer gave me company. And so I drank. you know, and I think since then she may have sent me like, you know, there's been a few installments of like $15. You know, I think one time she sent me $30. But all in all, I've probably spent maybe $400, probably not even that, in the months since I've been living on the streets. So to me, and a lot of it has gone to beer. I've spent probably less than $100 on food. I've bought 1 pack of cigarettes. So a lot of it has gone to beer. It really has. That's my own alcoholic addiction that, you know, I'm working with. But in no way, shape, or form would she be like, you know, I'd call her up and be, I mean, when she loaned me money, that'd be different. A lot of times when she loaned me money, I had jobs set up and I'd pay her back and this and that. So, you know, and then there was this time when she would try to agree to keep me at a 6-pack or under, which for me is really good. I know to a lot of people who don't drink much, it's gonna sound 6-pack, that's a fucking lot. But I mean, a 6-pack really isn't much to me. It is what it is, at least when I have a tolerance. So, you know, we would try to work on minimizing it, you know, and her also just loving me for who I am, and even with my addictions. But as of last time, like the last time she sent me money, I didn't even ask for it, because I had food, and she just sent it for me specifically for food. But I called her up and I talked, and I was like, Mom, I have all this food, like, you know, I mean, it's burning a hole in my pocket. I don't know how else to say it, but I really don't want money anymore. And so, you know, she heard me out, and I told her, like, yeah, I'm probably gonna go spend it on some cigarettes or some beer. And she's like, okay, you know, and I was like, don't send me any more money. And I'm very serious about that. Like, even from, I don't want to ask for money on YouTube anymore or anything like that. Even when people, like, when I used to be on the streets, I would always kind of look around for money and this and that, and da-da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, I'm not even doing that anymore. Like, I'm fine living with what I have. I'm totally fucking content with what's coming my way. And again, like, the money is just, I don't even really know what to do with it. I guess I could try to save it up, but for me, it feels like it's a good time for me just to sober up and continue living life soberly. You know, as far as, you know, sober, that word sober doesn't necessarily just mean being completely fucking, you know, unaltered by chemicals, but in a sense that is what I want. Because I have spent so much time fucking destroying myself and feeding addictions that, you know, it's become too much. And I don't like what I become when I do it, and I don't even really enjoy it much anymore. You know, if I was around people and we were doing fun things and this and that, it'd be different, but especially my situation right now, I kind of just sit wherever I can, and then it's just like, well, I got this alcohol here, I'm just gonna fucking drink that, you know, and I'll try to work on the project or do some artwork, but a lot of times the alcohol will just take over, you know. And watching movies and shit, like, yeah, I mean, I just, you know, I find it's more enjoyable sober, to be honest, you know, because I'll get a little buzz on, it'll kind of fucking, you know, get me into the movie, but then it'll be more about the drinking than it is the movie, you know, and so then that even takes away from the movie for me. So, you know, it's like, I get it, man, you know, I'm a pretty wild fucking dude. You don't see too many people who choose to leave a fucking perfectly good household with, you know, people that do want to support and see the best for you to come and live like this. But, you know, that I am what I am. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Buddha did choose to leave his palace and go and fucking see how it is in places that are suffering. So, I mean, I'm just bringing up fucking things that relate. So, like, that does feel truthful in my heart. It's what I like to do. It brings me a sustenance I can't find anywhere else. So, and another thing, Joy, I mean, if you fucking so creeped out by my fucking videos, you ain't got to keep watching, you know, don't watch. You know, now you're starting to show my videos on your channel again. So it's like you're creeped out by this thing, but then you keep on entertaining this thing, you know. And if you really just wanted to find out more about it, is that you keep on asking questions, and you could always just try calling somebody, or we could try doing a stream sometime if you want. But again, you know, I don't want to creep you out so much. And again, I find that's funny coming from somebody who's, you know, has just recently made videos about hailing Satan. You know, that you guys are all about being creeps, right? I mean, anywho, and then, you know, Demonic Druid, you make a video with the title saying, Brian, please leave me out of this, thanks and please. And then I get like 3 or 4 comments from you commenting on my shit, but you're trying to tell me to leave you out of it. So it's like, you're fucking, what do you want, man? Like, if you want me not to talk about joy in you, that's fine, but you know, if you're still fucking hailing Satan, but although he just left me a comment saying that he doesn't worship anybody, so it's like, okay, that's cool, bro, but again, you're asking me to leave you out of it, but then you're choosing to come and comment on my channel, so it's kind of like, what the fuck is really going on with you, man? But I say that with love, you know, because I think he's got a real beautiful heart, and I don't have any beef with him unless I see him fucking trying to hurt or scare other people. But that's not even really beef with him. It's just more of a spiritual thing and duty that I have to do as an angel. So anyways, I hope that helped clear up a little bit of, or just share a little bit more about myself. So, all right, I love you guys. Hope you have a good day. All right, bye.